If you've got some extra sourdough discard to use up, you have got to try these really easy 2-ingredient sourdough discard crackers. These are the crispiest, most addicting crackers you can make. Welcome y'all to Robin on the Farm. This recipe for 2-ingredient sourdough discard crackers is almost too easy to share with you, but that's why I'm so excited to share this with you, because these are so simple and so easy to make. My kids beg me to make these crackers because they prefer these over store-bought crackers any day. And the great thing is there's only 2 ingredients. You know exactly what's in these crackers, nothing processed, nothing bad for your family. So these are great to make. And it's also a fantastic use of extra sourdough discard. So let me just show you how to make these. Like I said, they're super simple, really fast to make. Before you get started, go ahead and get your oven preheating to 350 degrees. Now I'm gonna use some sourdough discard. Now you can use sourdough starter, you can use sourdough discard straight out of the fridge if you want to. It can be cold out of the fridge or it can be room temperature. Either way works great. I make these both ways all the time. But you're gonna want 1 cup of sourdough discard. This is about 225 grams of sourdough discard. Now down in the description, I'm gonna leave you the printable recipe, and I'll leave this recipe in cups and spoons and in grams for you. So let's just get this in the bowl. 1 cup of sourdough discard. This is straight out of my fridge. So this is cold sourdough discard. Now, normally I double this recipe because we eat so many of these crackers so fast, but I'm gonna keep this a little bit more manageable for you in case you just wanna try this out the first time and then double or triple the recipe next time. That's a smart thing to do. This discard comes from my classic sourdough starter, Hester. Now, if you're struggling with your sourdough starter, I have Hester freeze-dried and available on my website. It's exactly like this. Now, a really cool thing with this recipe is that you can also make a whole wheat version or a fresh milled flour version of these crackers. You just need a fresh milled flour or whole wheat sourdough starter. Now, if you want one of those, I have Millie, my fresh milled flour sourdough starter, made of hard winter white wheat on my website too. Now our next ingredient, and already the last ingredient, is some butter. You're gonna want a half a stick of butter. That's 4 tablespoons or about 55 grams. Now I melted my butter. I have this really awesome Lodge cast iron melting pot. I put my half a stick of butter in there, threw it on the stove and melted it. It's a great trick. I used to throw everything in my microwave and forget to cover it and have butter explosions everywhere. Not anymore with this, so I love this. This is my most used cast iron piece. So I'm gonna use this half a stick of melted butter. I'm just gonna put it right on in to my mixing bowl with my sourdough discard. Okay, now like I said, this is only a 2-ingredient recipe and those are our 2 ingredients. So I'm just gonna give this a really good mix. Just get all of that incorporated together really well. Now you just want to take a minute to get this sourdough discard and this melted butter really well mixed up and incorporated. And that's all it takes. So you can see mine, that looks perfect. This is about what you want yours to look like. Now that we have it all mixed together, it's already time to get it on a cookie sheet to bake. Now I love all things cast iron, so I'm gonna use one of my 10 by 15 cast iron baking sheets. This is an awesome cookie sheet, but you can use any cookie sheet, any baking sheet that you have. But the important thing is that you either line it with some parchment paper or you oil it up really well. And I oiled up my cast iron really well. I just poured about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil onto this cookie sheet, just rubbed it all around with a paper towel, and now it's ready to go. So now I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna pour it onto this cookie sheet. Just kind of spread it around. Now that I have all of that on my cookie sheet, now you want to use an offset spatula or something that you can just spread it all over your cookie sheet with. And you want to get this really nice and thin. Now I just took a minute just to spread this really evenly all over my cookie sheet. You want it to be about the same thickness throughout. But this looks great. Now the thinner that you can spread these, the crispier, the more crunchy, the better your crackers are gonna turn out. This looks great. Now this is a single batch. If you make a double batch, make sure you use 2 cookie sheets. All right, now you can just throw these in your oven just like this if you want to. If you just want to have some plain crackers, they turn out great that way. But if you want to make it even better, then you can add some seasoning. My very favorite seasonings to use are some garlic salt and some Italian seasoning. I like that combination, and I also really love the everything bagel seasoning. Now, another great option is just to use some plain old sea salt. This is a great, just a nice little sprinkling of that on top. But like I said, if you just want them plain, just bake them, and that's all there is to it. But I am gonna do half everything bagel seasoning on mine. So I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle this all over. I'm not gonna measure or anything, just kind of sprinkle on however much you want. This everything bagel is such a good combination of all the different flavors. If you've never had it, it's sesame seeds, garlic, onion, black sesame seeds, poppy seeds. It's yummy. Now on the other half, I'm gonna do this Italian seasoning and this garlic salt. This is a great combination too. But it just takes a little bit of seasoning to really kick these up a notch and make them really delicious. But you can make them plain, you can just add a little bit of sea salt. That's fantastic too. All right, now that I have this all spread out and seasoned, now I'm gonna throw these in my oven to bake. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm gonna let these bake for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna take them out, I'm gonna cut them, score them, and then put them back in the oven to bake. I'll show that to you then. My sourdough discard crackers have been baking in the oven for just 10 minutes. At this point, they're a little bit more firm, and it's a great time to slice them, cut them up into smaller pieces, whatever size that you want. Now, I like to use my bench scraper tool. My dough cutting tool is what I like to call it, but this is perfect for just cutting these crackers. Now, I like to make mine about the size of a wheat thin, maybe a Cheez-It, but you can make them any size that you want, which is why it's so great to make homemade goodies. Now, these do not all have to be the same size, the same shape. In fact, I prefer them not to be, because if it looks a little bit too perfect and uniform, then they might not look homemade. And I like things to look homemade, and homemade is not perfect. And there we go. Now, once these are done baking, I'm gonna break these into pieces a little bit better, but this will really help. Now, I'm gonna throw these back in the oven to continue baking at 350 degrees still, and I'm gonna let these bake for about another 20 minutes. Now, just depending on how thick or thin yours are, they could be anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. You want the edges to start getting a little bit brown, and then you'll know that it's time to get them out. But I'll show you exactly what mine look like. Mine are gonna take about 20 minutes, and I'll show them to you then. It's been 15 minutes and I'm just checking on my crackers. They definitely need a little bit more time. They still look a little bit too light. So I'm gonna check on them in another 5 minutes. My 2-ingredient sourdough discard crackers are ready. Now I let these bake for an additional 20 minutes after I put them back in after scoring them. So in 30 minutes of total bake time for these crackers, that's pretty quick to have a really simple, really good, healthy snack for your family. And they smell delicious. Now, I like to kind of take them and just separate them a little bit more. These are scored, but it didn't quite get it, so I like to just kind of separate all of these crackers. And it's easy to do while they're still warm. Okay, so I'm gonna take one of these. Hopefully you can hear the snap. Yes, they're nice and crunchy and crisp. I'm gonna take a little bite. These are so good. I'm telling you, these put Cheez-Its, Wheat Thins, Ritz crackers all to shame. These are way better, way healthier, and I could eat this whole pan by myself. Sourdough crackers never last for more than a day in my household, but if yours last a few days and you need to crisp them up, you can put these back into the oven at 300 degrees and let them crisp up for about 5 minutes. If you give these a try, let me know down in the comments how you flavor these. I'm always looking for new ideas, and y'all always give me really great ideas to try. Thanks so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I'll see y'all next time. Be sure to check out my other really easy bread recipes.
Robin's in the kitchen, Dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each need. Ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread rises in the air. Simple life without a care.